YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of OTOMO here, and we are back in the Shogun campaign, and we're going to be continuing our push to take over Kyoto with searing hot lead flying all over the place. I figured it might be fun to start off this episode with a little comment from Johnny B, who says, loving the more consistent uploads for this campaign. Well, thank you, Johnny. I'm glad you are. And I am trying to be a little bit better. I was just busy making my Rome Remastered campaign. You all will see that from me from time to time, where something new comes out, I want to cover it, I'm having a lot of fun with it, so I just push through it, and I just keep making more of it. And that type of stuff will happen, and I think it's a good thing, mostly. Maybe you disagree, but I rather enjoy it. I'm going to leave that ship sitting right there, in fact. And then I feel like if we leave a fleet sitting here, yes. Leave a fleet sitting here. What I'm attempting to do is make it to where I cannot have, no invasion ships can get past me here. No invasion ships can come around me from this direction. And this faction right here is at peace with me, at least for the moment, which is amazing. It's almost impossible to believe, in fact. So they can't get past me. I did get another nanban ship that finished training, and I would like to take said nanban ship and go take over these other trade routes rather than allowing hostile countries to control them. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and start training yet another nanban ship here, and we'll take this one up here. In fact, I'll start raiding their sea trade route just because I can, and we'll get up here and see what it's like to take that trade route off of them. Rather strange FPS lag there. That seems to have stopped now. Good. All right. Let's see. I had some money left. We've been recruiting new troops. I'm replenishing troops here. This army is going to move back here to head off the Chosokabe, and hopefully we won't see any more invasions from the Chosokabe because of the way I've positioned my fleets. At least one can hope. We have new Takeda forces moving up. I'm going to actually, in fact, move this army here into an ambush stance, and hopefully lure in this Takeda force, which is mostly bows. I do need more cavalry in this particular force, and there is katana cavalry available here, and you know, it's different than the Yari cav I had, but I feel like it's worth recruiting. Could be could be potentially helpful to us. What is this? Okay, there's a ninja crouched behind the castle. I was like, what is that? I can see the little banner. Okay. We got a ninja crouch camping behind the castle. Got it. I think it's time for us to end a turn. Let me make sure what I was missing here. It looks like I needed the Nagi-Sam and maybe an additional Yari Ashigaru. Yeah, so we're training the additional Yari Ashigaru. I'll get him together. And then we got our bow samurai training up here. Okay, and then that army will be a complete army similar to my others in composition. I say similar, basically identical in composition to the others, so that should mean it will be capable. Part of the reason why I'm using that same army again is because it's been proven to be more than capable in what it is that we're doing and fighting against. I mean, we've fought against some rather large odds and honestly done quite well. So I think we will be fine. Look at these guys, they want a piece of my nanban ship. I mean, it's not going to happen. This Bo Kabaya is the only ship that poses any realistic threat to me because the AI will never board me. So I'm going to skip this one as per usual after I finish beating the crap out of these ships. Alright, well, the heavy bunets were not able to close the distance before they were sunk. And then the trashy reinforcing fleet came in from a direction where my cannons weren't pointed, but then routed after one volley of matchlock fire. It says that I actually lost some crew. I don't know where they get that from. Not a single crewman died during the battle, but the AI, for whatever reason, after a battle's resolved, gets kills. I don't understand how it works entirely. It's a little bit strange to me. I can't claim to understand it. I think we actually did end up capturing a couple of their ships. They're going to attack me again, which is utter absurdity, but here we go. Once again, my nanban ship took 0 damage, literally 0. Like, didn't lose a cannon, didn't lose a crewman. You come out here post-battle, and I'm missing a cannon, and I'm missing now 13 crewmen after the 2 battles. I don't understand this. It's not a huge deal, but, I mean, CA, please?
Shameful display!
What else to say about that? Shameful display, CA. Shameful display, okay? I'm gonna get my ninja. They probably succeeded, as I have a bunch of whole low-quality ninja there. There's Okabe army just trying to walk further behind me and make itself more of a nuisance. And let's see, I saw a fleet moving around. Alright, I need to look at a few things. We had an agent perplexed. 2 agents perplexed. One of them was my highest level missionary, which is just absolute and utter garbage, because you know what chance I would have of perplexing their highest level missionary. I mean, oh boy. I'm trying to not be angry, but it's difficult sometimes. Yeah, look at the chance I have of getting to this monk. Almost none. Those are 2 level 5 monks, and then there's another one back here, so agent spam, agent spam, agent spam, constant agent spam. I hate it. Anyway, I don't know, just give it a shot. Maybe I can get lucky. They got lucky. Wow! Heck yeah, I'll take that. There. That's for screwing me over. Let's see if we can get rid of this other monk. There where I had the better chance, we fail, of course. That's just, I'll be danged if this system makes any sense at all. But, is what it is. I mean, having an agent perplexed is actually worse than losing an agent. And the reason being is that when we have an agent perplexed, they go all the way back to my capital. And I can't get them back for quite a long time. There's some reason you're so bad at causing rebellions. As well just start coming back this way with these agents, because there's nothing they're going to be able to accomplish over there. Alright. Got one more agent back here, and this is actually one of my higher tier ones. Alright. Go. We get rid of the high level monk. Pretty decent chance, which means we won't succeed. If it's a low chance, we succeed. High chance? Oh, wow, there we go. Thank you. Please prove me wrong. Okay, so see, they invaded me, but they did so at a point which I can handle, because I have an army here and a rather sizable castle garrison. So they did invade me here. That is a lot of katana cavalry. 5 full units of it, and decent bit of samurai, but you'll notice that they're very much lacking missile units here, which means that they're going to take an absolute pummeling off of my Portuguese terços. And in this army, let's take a look at this one and see how ready to fight we are. We're at near full strength with the terços, and pretty solid strength with our OTOMO Matchlock Ashigaru. I think we can handle this as long as I can just keep the cavalry off my flanks with the Ashigaru. We should be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and come make this attack. These guys, look where they got off their boat. See, they should be on a very low-lying ground close to the seashore, but I got $10 that says the campaign map here has a giant wooded hill in the back, and they're going to camp on top of it. But, you know, prove me wrong, please. Alright, well, the terrain wasn't as bad as it could have been. The AI didn't hill camp in the back because I have a massive missile advantage. I mean, this terrain back here makes sense. But then there was the hill up here, which I didn't love, but the AI is charging right over it again because I have a massive ranged advantage and they don't want to sit back. They are going to, like, kind of YOLO their katana cavalry into my flanks, as the AI always does. I'm going to meet said YOLO with my Yari Ashigaru. On this game, bracing isn't really the same as newer games, so you'll want to charge your Yari Ashigaru right in. My matchlock units all move forward and start to get volleys, and we kill a considerable number of our enemies right off the bat in a massive gun barrage. But, I mean, it doesn't stop them from straight up YOLOing in, but we had to cause as much damage here as we could with our guns, because their melee is far superior to my own. I only have 2 units of Katana Samurai, and those Katana Samurai are right here in the middle, and the flanks are covered by our Ashigaru. Fortunately for me, though, again, we did cause massive damage with our gun line. We killed hundreds of enemy units with the gun line. And then I'm able to use my general to do a little bit of support on my Katana Samurai. I'm basically trying to inspire them. It's this unit over here. And I'm able to kill the Katana Cavalry. It's annoying. They keep running their Katana Cavalry around and trying their hardest to get into my guns, which is a really good move by the AI. It's an annoying move for me, but it's a good move by them. My other units are holding out in melee fairly well, and then where the enemy pokes their heads through my line, my matchlock units in the back line are shooting their heads off, which is great. It's absolutely fantastic, so you can see it causing a lot of damage. And then I'm able to use this hill back here to put a couple of my matchlocks up into a position to fire down into this melee successfully, so the cavalry units become particularly exposed, including the general of the Harakiyama. You can see here just getting mowed down by a volley of OTOMO matchlock ashi from back here. So the OTOMO general gets wrecked, like absolutely wrecked. He's gone, and that just shatters the morale of the rest of their troops, seeing their general getting gunned down like that. They were doing pretty well in the melee, and I was possibly about to be in some trouble. That melee had to continue, but it did not, because I was able to pick off their general and send their troops packing, and so we caused a mass rout, and I gained a decisive victory here over the invading Harakiyama. That ended up being pretty good for me, because melee-wise, we were far overmatched here. But from a missile standpoint, we were obviously well set. Not all of my matchlocks performed as well as I had hoped they would. We still had some odd firing patterns, like where some of mine didn't fire at all, even though they were given a double click order, because it looks like when the AI was kind of cutting across their arc of fire, they're trying to aim, and maybe it slows them down. But still, we got a large number of kills via missiles. Look, 135 kills on a Tersos, 132 on this Matchlock Ashi, 126 on this Matchlock Ashi, 124 on a Bow Ashi, another 107 on this Tersos, another 98 on this one. Like, so we got a large number of kills from our missile units, and that's what we needed. The enemy Katana Cavalry, on the other hand, would have been fairly well contained in terms of what they were able to accomplish, and the Katana Cavalry was needing to be key for their victory. Our general increased in rank there, which is good too, because having a higher ranked general and having stand and fight does make a huge ability, or a huge difference. Come in here and go ahead and do this strategist, and then we'll get ready to try and unlock at level 4 the infantry leader, which is going to be our next point of interest. So there we go. Defeated the losers who were trying to invade us and set us back, and now we can begin our march to intercept the Chosokabe threat that's behind our lines. Not a massive threat, but it's a threat. Our garrisons back here are pretty weak, and I could try to recruit more to garrisons, but the AI is probably already going to attack me, and I don't know that it's going to make a big difference. Though it may not be a bad idea for me to drop a couple of extra units in some of these garrisons. I just hate that it's just kind of wasting money, and I never know whether it's going to be the right placement. But then again, I guess we'll never know what'll be there. And look, it said I lost that gun, and now that gun's back. It's so confusing, the way that it runs. These things, just sail around them. Okay. There is a single trade ship here for the Harakiyama on the trade with the Korean kingdom. So we'll knock them loose with the nanban ship, and then I'll have to train. I have another nanban ship that is being trained, and then I'll get some additional just standard trade ships. I can probably train those right here. So yeah, we'll get some of these trade ships going so that I can take advantage of that node. And let's see, the Harakiyama have another army here, so they may very well try and bring another fleet to invade me. I could go ahead and sink this, and probably will. Yeah, let's go ahead and sink this fleet so they can't just turn around and go pick up another army. I'm gonna quick save here and see how the auto-resolve treats me. Not bad. Lost a Boat Gabaya, but we picked one up. So that's a fair trade. I do not need many of these heavy benet. This will work. I'm already way overbuilt right here in terms of the fleet we have. Ooh, that's actually good. I'd rather have that firebomb kabaya. Firebomb kabayas are not typically fantastic. They're kind of hard to use, but when the AI is just single-mindedly marching towards your cannon ship, the firebomb kabayas are absolutely devastating because the AI doesn't take the appropriate steps to counter them, and they just end up getting absolutely annihilated. And it is really quite entertaining, and I enjoy it quite a lot. Looks like already attempted my agent play here. Alright. I didn't think we had moved all these agents on this turn. But I guess we have. I've only got one that has movement. Did I miss something? I mean, like, my money's back. It looks like I had a turn end. Nevertheless, I don't have most of my movement points. Tsuke. Guess he is... whatever. Take this ninja and see. 15% chance there, 24% chance there, 51% chance on the monk. There we go. Just doing what I can to reduce the enemy agent spam in this area. It is going to be a full-time job. No doubt about it, it's going to be a full-time job to keep the agent spam down. I did end a turn because that Katana Cavalry is one step closer to recruiting. I must have just gotten confused about what I was doing, and does that really surprise anybody that Heir can get confused? The answer is no. Alright, my other army is done now. Alright, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Let's, I'm gonna move to here. Yeah, that'll block anybody coming this way and keep them from getting my port. Be good to block this whole area off too, and then I would control everything interior to here. So we'll do that. I'm going to keep recruiting units and keep hopefully building myself up into a better position here. See, the OTOMO Shogun is probably busy with some agent spam, which is why the screen's stuck here. It's just not showing it for whatever reason. Yeah, they had a ninja down there trying shenanigans. Alright, the Takeda are moving up their army. Guarantee you one thing, the Takeda will not in any serious way want to attempt a siege. How did the... Oh, because my fleet was out of the way. I was like, how did the Chosokabe get there? I guess my fleet was repairing. Go home.
Katana cavalry excel
Right, there's our
against
first Katana Cavalry recruited. The threat of attack. The Kono are going to turn against me. Okay. Well, they can choose to do so. I don't think it'll be very intelligent for them. But should they choose death, then death they shall receive. There they are. Alright, let's get rid of this extra ship we don't need. Auto-resolve was pretty kind to us, and I'm going to move back into my position here, blocking this entry point. As you can see, there's another fleet right there, the Hojo right behind it. Let's go out here and take this trade node and see. So we're at 5375 income at the moment. I'm gonna quick save this just in case. You never know the stupid... Yeah, look. A trade ship killed crew on my nanban ship. Unacceptable, CA. Like, that is absolutely unacceptable. I'm not even sure it's possible. Like, if I just gave the trade ship, like, 30 minutes to just start firing at me, I still don't think it would accomplish what just happened there. That is utter stupidity of the highest level. Alright, so we're about to finish our nanban ship here. I'm going to start training some trade ships behind it. Start sending trade ships up here. I am going to have to protect this port now, too. But I can just position a nanban ship right there, and then I will have essentially blocked this off. The problem that leaves me is that now I have to deal with these idiots who are about to be at war with me. And I think that's where this army comes into play. I think I'll pick up this army, go drop it on island, and give them something to think about when it's ready. And then that way we'll be dealing with less of this. If I have an army actively assailing them, then it's not near as likely that they will be able to assail me. Or so I am hoping. So I am hoping. So the Chosokabe look like they may take a shot at this garrison. I'll end up having 4 units against theirs. I mean, maybe we have a chance. Depends on what all units are in that Chosokabe army. These guys are not within walking distance, or else I would send them there. I guess I could have tried and sent those bow samurai over to here. Let's try and demoralize this army. Oh, that's good. So if they do fight, they'll have a lower morale. I will take that. Demoralize, cotton acquired. Navy withdraws. Ninja detected. Detected. Assassination attempt. 8 turns. I should have, yep, 2 agents here that have to walk all the way back to the front. So that's really the worst part. The convalescing time is kind of crappy. Oh, whoops. I got my Metsuke out of there. You get back to work, sir. He's like, oh, my first time to leave town in years, and Heir just sends me right back. Alright, there we go. Alright, so my agents are on the march. Get back into position. Same here. I need my katana cavalry into this force. The Takeda, although they have a lot of bows, it would be utter insanity for them to attack this garrison. All I have to do is like pull the Tersos back from the walls, and then the AI will have to bring their troops in closer, and as soon as they get closer, I just go garrison the walls with my Tersos, and they absolutely mow down any bows who are outside the walls, so they have no feasible way of actually taking this castle off my hands as long as I am holding it here. However, behind me could be an issue. I do need a missionary over on this side. We must have lost one. Suspicious death. Yep, there's our... We lost a missionary over here, and he was actually decent rank, so that's frustrating. There are multiple enemy agents cropped up over here. Stupid Metsuke. 30% chance. Don't I have a better ninja over here, or did he get killed? I got one. What is good against the Metsuke? Like, none of my guys have a decent chance against this Metsuke. I think the Metsuke is good against ninja. Failed. Let's try again. I guess this Metsuke just has a lot of protection against conversion, but we did manage to perplex him, which is definitely a plus. Got another Metsuke up there. The never-ending agent spam. Okay, so this guy is the most dangerous agent up here. Let's try and put a kill on him. There we go. He is assassinated. Got a very fortunate result there. 2, they're both level 2. Pretty good chances, which means there's a pretty good chance we won't succeed, because it seems like whenever we should, we fail. Whenever we shouldn't, we succeed. Like, I don't even know how to predict it anymore. Like, how this game actually functions with regard to agents. There are no more agents I can recruit. Okay, so we're doing what we can in the agent fight. We took the trade point. We control that choke point. We control this choke point. We've got trade ships on the way. Move them up to here. We'll be training more trade ships. For 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be good on trade ships, so we can go get a bunch more money off that cotton, and then we'll have to have our new nanban ship guard this port, and we'll place it basically at this entrance right here. And we have some extra ships here that we don't need. They're wasting upkeep cost, and then same thing here. These are just wasting upkeep cost. This Sengokabune is wasting upkeep cost. There we go. Alright, kind of optimize that a little. Get rid of some things we don't need. They can raid that all they want. It's of little concern to me. I'm going to go ahead and repair these ships. Get them ready to fight again. This army will be together on the end of the next turn, and then the turn after they'll be ready to board some vessels. Make a journey. Alright, I think that we are once again ready to end a turn. I think I was training some garrison here, was I not? I am. Some extra bows. I'm going to put a pretty decent garrison in this castle. Like, nothing spectacular, but enough to beat down a small attack. I won't be able to just stop an all-out invasion, but we could at least stop a small attack. Moving that army back just in case we have to face the Chozokabe. Not really what I want to do, but I kind of feel like I have to at the moment. I could just take my new army to face down the consequences of whatever the Chozokabe do, and then put it on a boat so that I can keep this extra one up here for better support. I don't know. This third army almost kind of serves the purpose of reinforcing. I don't know. I gotta think through it. Go ahead and attack me. I'm not going to sit there and let them siege me either, because I'll lose a whole bunch of men. Do I think this is winnable? Not really. Like, even in a really good scenario, I don't think we win this. Depends on how they attack me, though. But I don't think so. Like, I don't think this is a very winnable scenario. Maybe it is. I'm gonna give it a shot. I may be able to kind of cheese them here and figure it out. Alright, so this map is just a single tier castle. I have a couple advantages working in my favor. One, when fighting in the castle, my units will fight to the death because we're in the keep level, which is the only level in this castle. The other advantage I have is that I can use my Yari and Spear Wall to basically choke point the enemy where they have to climb the walls. With no siege equipment in this game, the enemy is either forced to climb the walls or to burn a gate and attack through the gate. And if they climb the walls, it helps them get around choke points just a little, but the AI in this case, rather than deploying at multiple points around the castle, which probably would have caused my defeat by default, they did not do this. And by coming all from the same direction, I'm going to be able to get in here and really bottleneck them. So I deployed my troops far enough back that their bow samurai could not get a range on me, and thus their bow samurai, the way the AI behaves is they default to go climb the walls in order to get in range. Wait until they start climbing. Once they start climbing, you get a couple of benefits. One, they get tired doing it. Some of their units die doing it. And then you can run your units across the fort and make sure you get your Yari into a wall prior to combat. Your Yari will provide much better melee in a wall, so I think I get this one at the very last second. Yep, I did. So what you can do effectively is fight much better than you would otherwise be. Their units are still streaming up the walls, some of them dying along the way. So I threw my retainer over here against the Yari and the Katana Samurai, and then I threw this Yari alone against their 2 units of bow samurai who were climbing the walls. I have a chance at this point. I definitely have a chance. I'm going to use my Boashi to try and kill a few extra key units like this Katana Samurai, because this is the most capable melee unit. It's already racked up 30 kills, despite fighting at an insane disadvantage. So see, I'm going to stream some fire arrows in here. I'm going to do my best to pick away at that Katana Samurai unit, because the more of them I kill, the more melee effectiveness I take away from the AI, and faster. Over here, this battle is very easily winnable for my troops. See, I've only lost like 6 troops and gotten 40 kills. The bow samurai are better in melee than a typical archer, but not particularly good. And not against my Yariash, who are fighting with decentish melee defense once they're into the wall formation, so you can see that they're going to be quite good at what they do. And the bow samurai will die, which is good for me, because over here, despite having every advantage, the enemy is just going to overwhelm me in melee. And especially when they bring their general up to fight. I mean, you can see here I'm fighting a regrouped Yariash, 62 bow sam, 55 more katana sam, and I'm losing this fight. It's not going great for me. And I don't have a great angle with my archers, but I am getting a few kills here and there. But I'm also probably causing friendly fire here and there as well. Now, the good news for me is that this fight is about to be mopped up. There it goes. These guys shattered. And when a unit breaks, you do want to make sure you shatter it so it can't come back up or start shooting you with arrows from outside the wall once it routes. But now that it's shattered, I can come out of a wall formation. I can now move over here. I'm going to be patient because, again, my units fight to the death. I'm going to let them keep fighting. I'm going to make sure I get this unit very well positioned. I'm going to bring it over here and set up a wall, and then I'm going to move my archers to where they can get pot shots into the flank of the enemy. So I'm going to get into a wall formation, click an attack order. I'm going to continue the assault. So now the AI, which was already kind of ground down, is going to be getting shot in the flank by arrows. And they're going to have a relatively fresh unit of Yariashigaru to take on. And it is not going to be good for the AI. It's not going to be good at all. Their general comes up to fight, but even his unit can't seem to swing this. And morale starts to drop due to the power bar really swinging. And we're going to pull out a pretty great victory here. So now I don't have to turn around any of my armies. So it is possible to win some of these. Kind of depends on how the AI deploys. In this case, the AI deployed in a way that was favorable to me, and I took advantage of it. Well, my cheesing idea actually worked rather beautifully. I didn't expect it to, but it did, and then morale took its course. As enemy losses mounted, we were able to defeat the Chozokabe. This is great, because now I can refocus my army back to the front. And my army that is preparing an invasion will be ready to see that Hanma fleet just got behind me where we're about to go block that. So it's funny, one more turn, and I would have had that blocked, but no, we didn't. Port blockaded. What? Port blockaded? How? You can't sail past these ships. That must have caused some kind of glitch or something. Oh no, this is glitched out. I don't even know what happened back here. Some kind of weird glitch. I can't control this fleet. It's like it's not even there anymore. This happened on another episode. The fleet basically disappears. I can't control it. I think I ended up having to save my game and reload. I'm going to try that real quick. I'll do it off camera. I've reloaded and this fleet is still... Let me guess. It'll let me scupper my ships here, but it won't let me move them. Let's prove a point. Wow! Amazing how that works.
Shameful display!
Yeah, CA? Shameful display.
Shameful display!
I mean, what the heck is this even? Like, it's there, I can't move it. Look, it's like I'm... Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to lose a level 9 nanban ship as a result of this. I mean, if I park these ships right here, I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky, it'll come unfrozen at some point. Can I get an individual ship out of here? No. What the heck? Come on. CA, please, fix this crap. It is crap. Stuff even happens. I'm gonna have to have like 10 extra nanban ships in order to do this. I mean, I'm honestly gonna just stop recruiting the trade ships here and start recruiting another nanban ship because I may have to in order to get out of this situation. Really, really irritated by what's happening here. Wow. Speaking of nanban ships, I need to take this nanban ship and sink this Hanma fleet. Didn't sink them, unfortunately, and they just sail around here where they can drop. That's a very convenient place for them to sail off to. Can we reach them there or not? I know this fleet can. I'm gonna leave this open for one turn. Really have much of a choice. I have to get up here and sink that trash. Okay, back here. Take this ship. Heirs. Okay, Hanma will not end up behind me, so this is good news. Let's move back towards the front here. We're still waiting in ambush, and hopefully these suckers fall for it. We took a little bit of attrition on that turn in, but not much. The AI will have taken attrition. Actually, they haven't yet, but they will in this next turn. I'm going to just counterattack them here. I'm not going to let them siege me out and cause attrition. It's weird how there's no supply system in this one. Like, you immediately start taking attrition if you're under siege, but the enemy does not. I don't know. You would think, again, there'd be like a supply thing. Obviously, they added it in later Total Wars. Maybe they just hadn't had the idea yet here. Alright, so this map, I figured the Takeda might try and camp, because they have a huge number of archers. And there was a place for him to camp on the back of the battlefield here, and it would have been quite annoying. However, I would have just melee rushed them if they camped, and they probably would have lost. So regardless, they decided to fight me on the open field, which I'm happy to do. I'm massively outmatched from a missile standpoint. There are huge numbers of bow samurai across the front of their army, and then they are backed up by Yariash in the secondary line. So I'm gonna give my Terkos the move order here. Let them begin firing. So the Tersos are gonna open fire. Anything that misses their original target should connect quite well with whatever is in front of me. So we're going to get a lot of kills on our Tersos. However, we're going to take a massive amount of bow fire as well. And it's going to get a little bit ugly for some of my Tersos units. I'm going to pull them back at the last second, as per usual. Some of my guys decided to stay and die. Just a Shogun 2 glitch of some sort. My general's going to go into stand and fight, so all my units are going to get buffed from a melee standpoint. My Yari wall intercepts, and then I'm going to start moving my Nagi samurai up this flank with the support of the Donderbus cavalry. I'm going to come out here and engage these Yari Ashigaru units. There's one actually over here in the woods as well. You can see the Nagi samurai is heavily armored, doesn't suffer a lot of losses to the archers. Already the main infantry fight is wrapping up, so I'm going to push forward and start going after more bow samurai. So that's going to be my general strategy here. Donderbus cavalry gets a little bit screwed up off of an order here, but no big deal. I've got my katana samurai intercepting the bow samurai. The enemy has a general's unit, and they also have this Kiyamosa's katana cavalry, which is a hero katana cavalry, which is a very powerful unit. You can see it getting a lot of kills. Not a unit to be underestimated. So I'm going to throw a spear unit in against it as well. And then their general's going to charge in. Meanwhile, my Donderbus cavalry are going to finally get some action here, shooting a whole bunch of Takeda Ashigaru in the spine. And so that unit will be routed basically on contact. I'm going to let my Nagi samurai continue. They are an absolute killing spree over here. Look at the number of kills they're racking up. Just watch that number climb. And then my Donderbus cavalry is going to go into a mop-up. And as the Takeda route here, I'm going to go ahead and let the Donderbus cavalry follow some of these routing units and shoot them up really badly, so that when they get back to the campaign map, there's really nothing effective left for the Takeda. And occasionally, I think this is worth Total War players taking the time to do. There are times when it's not necessary, but in this case, I think it ends up paying off. But anyway, another nice victory for us here against the Takeda. Alright, even with their massive range support, the enemy still died in a tremendous fashion here. My Nagi samurai on the right flank, just absolutely cleaning house on Ashigaru, and then my Donderbus cavalry by the end had gotten a lot of kills where it was chasing stuff off the battlefield. The other Donderbus cavalry didn't do very good at all. Really sure why, but some of my Tersos did okay, got a decent volley off, killed about 100 enemies in their opening salvo, which I think is pretty great, because I mean that's essentially deleting the combat effectiveness of a unit in the opening seconds of a battle. But the bow fire was extreme, so obviously our Tersos were taking a considerable amount of damage there. Not something that we really want, but all of them survived, albeit just barely on some of them, due to the withering bow fire, but they will be safe for now. There are no enemies that can harm them on this particular turn, I don't believe. We control that. Moving back into position here, repairing here, so we'll take over the trade point. Let's get this army all the way together. So here we are now set with a full and complete army. I guess they couldn't quite reach each other. There we go. So I will take this fleet, actually, pick them up, and then come drop them in enemy territory. I'll just probably go ahead and make an enemy of these guys, annihilate them, and that'll be my foothold onto this island. Take Sanuki, and then we'll start taking over Shikoku as well. So then we will have Yushu, Honshu, and Shikoku falling under our control here. I believe it's Shikoku is the name of the island. It's been a long time. It has been a long time. So I'm not exactly certain I remember all of these names, but I'll do my best with what I can here. I want to go ahead and build up some infrastructure here since I had the cash, but I'll go ahead and wait now. It's end of turn. Let's get to a couple more comments from everybody before I end this episode, which I think we're close to it. Lost a missionary trying to get rid of that Metsuke. How utterly brilliant. Sank says, I like the increase in output of salty Japanese gunnets videos. Keep up the work. No problem, Sanks. Thank you. Demon says, hello, Heir. It's me again. Thank you for replying to my last comment. I meant to say maximize your clan's potential in terms of your economy. Buildings, maintain a good line of supply for your armies. Yeah, we're definitely going to be working on that. I think you've seen my attempts to be improving that on this episode, and always appreciate the tips that you all come in with. They are appreciated at all points. Let's go ahead and enlist a new leader. We have the money to do so, and there's no good reason not to at this point. Alright, enemy agents abound all over the place. Let's see what we can do about some of them. Very little, if I am honest. Character conversion. I just cannot keep my missionaries around long enough to get the job done, it appears. Alright, so we failed with both of those Metsukes. That's good news. Speaking sarcastically, of course. And really good chance against this ninja. Thank you. That is a pleasant outcome. Good chance against this monk. Excellent. And we got an increase in rank. What a tremendous surprise. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We probably have a better chance on the Date agent. Alright, well, that one I'm not super surprised we failed, but we did manage to level up. Critical success chance is probably the best upgrade we can get for now. Make him better at assassinating, and then this dude is now tier 4 level ninja. I'll make him really good at assassinating, because I get really sick of characters surviving our assassination attempts. Sabotaging buildings. Sabotaging armies is actually pretty important at this point, too. When we hit the next tier, I'll make him even better at assassinations. He's quite good at it at the time being. Looks like the Oda have kind of backed off a little. And honestly, the winter time is over. We can afford to get a little bit aggressive now, finally. So I think what I'm going to do is move this army forward. Take an aggressive stance against the Oda. And I think we can afford to take this army. And I don't know if we can reach all the way there, so I'll make a quick stop here. Actually, we can't, but I think we can reach this. No, we can't reach the actual city, but I'm gonna stop here and do a little bit of replenishment. And then I'm gonna take this army and kind of hide here. Help protect this castle. What kind of garrison do we get here? We'll use a few extra bows and a melee unit. Let's drop a couple of boashi and like a katana samurai or something, because that would be a really potent melee unit to have in that garrison. Okay. Alright, so this army... Let's take these trade ships. I'm going to merge up here. These trade ships. I'm going to merge in with this fleet. And we'll begin the sail out here to deliver the trade ships to the trade node. And we're going to bring this fleet over and load up. It's going to leave me vulnerable to some invasions for a turn or two, for sure. And it says the threat of attack from these guys, so I might just... wonder if I should preempt them, or if I should go ahead and run for the Chozokabe. We'll figure it out. I'll determine what we're going to do when we get there, based on how many troops are there. We had an agent convalesce. So let's bring him forward. New missionary. Start pushing these agents forward. I mean, I feel like the agent battle has been a little bit brutal. And we've had some setbacks in it. We've had some successes in it. But, I mean, we're not doing terrible because I have more agents up here than they do. So, I feel like that in and of itself is kind of a small success. And I think this will probably be a pretty good point for me to go ahead and end this episode. We've got multiple battles in, and we're in a really good position to push, so we should be able to take Hariba, retake Inaba, go take Tajima on the next episode. I mean, we should get a really solid push, and then we'll get our foothold on Shikoku in the next episode as well. And again, since money is plentiful, and we're only about to increase said money as a result of those new trade routes, I'm going to go ahead and start training yet another army. You know I have the nanban ship on the way as well, right? So I've got another nanban ship training. So let's go ahead and queue up another army back here. So I'll get those samurai all queued up, and in the next 4 turns they will be recruited. And then we'll also go ahead and spend some money here queuing up some Portuguese terços. I don't think I can do all 4, though. I'll go ahead and get 3 of them started, and then we'll save our money on the next one. So, again, we'll get another army queued up, so that'll give me another one to defend my home territory if needed, or another one to send to the front. But this will definitely give us a good push in the right direction and should be able to help put us over the top in our battle against the AI. I don't think we've really been set back in any serious way. We've just been slowed down. So, I mean, our armies have not really been majorly defeated in any thinkable way here. The AI just, I think, slowed us down a little, and now we're right back at it. Anyway, Heir of Carthage signing out for now. I will see you all soon with some more action in the Shogun campaign.